Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Zohair Abdul-Rahman, and this is a behind-the-scenes look at the article that I authored entitled Islamic Spirituality and Mental Well-Being. The article focuses on the unexplored role of Islamic spirituality in treating mental illness. And the article itself is divided into two portions. The first portion is the general role of spirituality in both the prevention and treatment of mental illness, and the second is an actual psychoanalytic or psychospiritual analysis of a specific dua that was prescribed by the Prophet ﷺ for people who are dealing with depression and anxiety. And it's a very famous dua that's often recited in the duas in Ramadan. It starts off with Allahumma inni abduk, ibnu abdik, ibnu amatik, nasi biyadik, and it ends with Anta ja'al Qur'an rabi'a qalbi wa nura sadri ila akhir, until the end. In this particular dua, we break it down line by line and explore the different themes that are embedded in it and discuss its potential therapeutic value in the context of almost psychotherapy for people who are dealing with depression and anxiety. And we extract lots of different themes and we integrate knowledge from the Islamic spiritual tradition as well as the psychiatric research as well and psychological research, and put those together to show and make a case that this particular prescription actually has a lot of therapeutic benefit and also a role in preventing mental illness to begin with as well. And so this is the general article. I just want to kind of share what was the motivation behind writing this article. The motivation really stemmed from an observation that I had made in regards to a growing trend that we see in the field of psychology and in science really in general, which is the focus or the going towards the ancient Eastern traditions such as Buddhism, Hinduism, Confucianism, and extracting wisdoms, ideas, philosophies to enhance human well-being and to enhance the human condition. And so a lot of times what we find in popular psychology and in the self-help industry, those ideas actually stem directly from ancient Eastern traditions. And so these traditions actually influence how people living in the West actually see their lives, see themselves in the world. A lot of it is actually now influenced by a lot of these ancient Eastern philosophies and concepts and traditions. And I thought that it would be very useful for people to start viewing Islam in this light as well as a potential source of benefit in their lives in regards to enhancing their general well-being, allowing them to live more meaningful lives, allowing them to understand how to act in the world, how to think about the world, how to interpret life events, and all these different types of things. Because the ideas that are embedded in the Islamic spiritual tradition or framework are really universal ideas, and they really have the potential to benefit people and to attract them as well to the beautiful message of Islam. And so this now, I really wanted to shed some focus and light on this Islamic spiritual tradition, particularly in the context of actual benefit in terms of treating mental illness, so that people could see the beautiful aspect of the Islamic message and its use and benefit for all of mankind, really. This is not just for the Muslim, it's also for non-Muslims as well. And this also has a role in changing the narrative about how people see Islam. Unfortunately, most of the time, what the first encounter a person has with Islam is in regards to law or in regards to theology or creed, whether it's a polemical debate about theology or God, or it's a legal debate or a moral debate about Islamic law. This is generally kind of the fronts in which people first interact with the Islamic tradition. I think that it would be really nice to put at the forefront the actual essential foundational message of Islam, which is that underlying spiritual message that permeates all of the different dimensions of Islam, that essential foundational message of that grants meaning to a human being's life and allows them to understand their role in the cosmos, their role in the universe, and allows them to understand how to make their relationships flourish, with the relationships with themselves, with their families, with communities, with the environment, with God. All our relationships, and how to enhance those, and how to help people dealing with issues of sadness and suffering and pain. All these different things the Islamic spiritual tradition has such powerful ideas for. And it would be prudent that people first interact with Islam at this level, at the spiritual level, so that they recognize that Islam is a source of benefit for them, and that they're able to extract benefit from the guidance of the Quran and the guidance of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so I hope that this article was able to kind of start that conversation and start that discourse, and hopefully lead to more research and more articles in this field of exploring spiritual themes and showing their potential benefit on human psychology, on our psychology, and also as well on our brain as well. And there's an interesting study that you'll see in the article that actually studied the neurological brain changes that occur in a person when they're engaged in the Islamic practice of salah. So people are starting to study the effects of the Islamic spiritual tradition and Islamic spirituality on our psychology, and as well even our brain structures as well. And this is a new and exciting field known as neurotheology. And so hopefully we'll start to kind of push this aspect of Islam out to show its benefit for humanity, and allow people to see the beauty of Islam and the ways in which they can benefit from its message. So I hope that you guys read the article, and I hope that it's beneficial. And please feel free to comment and ask any questions that you may have. Jazakumullahu khairan. Barakallahu feek. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.